This is Keith Duncan broadcasting live. It can't get any worse. It can't get any more profitable for the world's economy. Contact me and support me now. Welcome to Keith Duncan's Universal Show. Here we have Follow Keith, a little bit of a tomato. We're in a bad jam. And here we're actually a brush with death. Oh, and here we have, of course, the morning meal. Very healthy onions, Vidalia onions, egg on lots of people's faces, a turkey burger, that, and we even have freshly baked biscuits. Where is Keith? What happened to him? Oh, here's his vehicle that was at the local Octane show. 19,000 miles. Take a picture and advertise. And here we're live video broadcasting. Here I am in my peach tree shirt. Wow, I've been running the race of a lifetime, doing everything I can to pursue justice and accountability. The list of people who have committed felony and civil crimes against me are committing crimes against my people around the world. These YouTubes are each one important to the national security of the United States, as well as the sovereign protection of all countries around the world. It's always been obvious what I've been working on my entire life is loving and caring for my people. And yet I cannot find these criminals that did this to me. It's all right there in followkeith.com. I'm using the car, I'm using the broadcasts, I'm using my phone calls, my emails, my faxes, every single social media outlet possible to simply recover my assets. Over $1 million, actually much more, was taken from me with a forged power of attorney, and even my own family probably still has some of my possessions and refuses to acknowledge their crimes. Does this sound like the biblical story of Job, Apostle Paul, even Jesus Christ? Because Jesus Christ was on the cross, looked up and said, "Father, why do you forsake me?" Even his own father did not intervene on his behalf. So I am intervening on your behalf, my people, because my God, who is your God, Creator God, is very, very angry at what you, my people, are doing to his resources and his mankind. God did create man and woman in his own image, and I'm doing everything I can possibly think of, at a slower speed of course, to simply pursue justice and bring my people back into peace and harmony with each other. What greater task could there possibly be in the world? That's what these YouTube videos are talking about. So who is going to represent my best interests? Most people think of this looks like an apple. Well, it's actually a tomato. Call it a potato or a potato or a tomato or whatever you wish to call it. It's a vegetable. And they tried to force me to be a vegetable in the governmental system at Raleigh, North Carolina by force drug medicating me to make me competent, to force me to be competent, to understand that I did not violate a restraining order that had been canceled by Cobb County Vic, I'll call him that too, Barry Reynolds, and all the corrupt police officers in the CID divisions, including Arrowwood, Henson, Wishon, Benito, even affects Captain Foster and Chief Dan Flynn, who is going to investigate all these crooks, including Gwinnett County, John Trapp McDowell, what a beautiful middle name, and even the district attorney's office, John Setzer, who refused, everyone has refused to file charges against the criminals that did this to me. And they're doing this to millions of my fellow people. Hundreds of millions of people. There's about 330 million people in the United States, 7.126 billion people in the world. These are my people. Who's going to represent my best interests? Or now at about 5 minutes into this video, it's time for action. Prayer doesn't work anymore when it's baseless and used just to push you over the side. Call to action and acts of wisdom are the strongest forces in the universe. I'm doing this without a script off the top of my head. So who's going to interview me now and put me on national TV and put me into stadiums full of people so we can talk about reality and about having fun and being profitable in all forms, manners, ways, and means? That was the reason for my trip to Washington, D.C. We're at 6 minutes. It's been 6 years since Robert Rose defrauded me. It's time for action. Welcome to my universal show, for indeed, I own this dominion. Who joins Built by Keith Duncan's team? It's always been that easy.
About the children, Americans came to liberate, not to conquer, to restore freedom, and to end tyranny.
Quickly, look at all these websites and immediately call the FBI, the Attorney General, and the press to protect these assets that I've been gifting my world, critical to national security. For I am truly here to save our world.